Guys, welcome to another episode of Most Corner. Thank you guys so very much for riding with me, for listening to me, and for supporting me. Basically, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you all so very much. So today there is something that I want us to talk about, right, which I find very interesting, because having had a conversation with a friend of mine, I realized that this is something that it would be nice for us to actually talk about and encourage somebody out there, because people are actually going through different things right now, which they might not necessarily be able to share, because sometimes these things does affect mental health of individuals, right? So I just feel like it's something that I want to talk about and just encourage someone out there. So the conversation that I had with my friend, right, had to do with this person's place of work, right? So this person was going through a little bit of a challenge where it looked like this person was being compared to their colleagues, right? So by merit, this person was expected to get something, but because of certain personality traits of this individual, the person was not able to get it. And this definitely shattered the person, because this is somebody who has been on the job for quite some time and has been performing. So this person has struggled so much, and it was really painful for the person. And the person began to doubt themselves, began to ask certain questions, and just weren't sure about certain things, right? And I just feel like, man, people are going through stuff. So I just had to encourage this guy, and just make him see that he's actually worth something. So what I want to talk about today is majorly about self-worth and self-esteem. And the truth is, these two, most times, they're usually interchanged. When people are conversing, you hear people talk about self-worth in the same vein as they talk about self-esteem, but it's actually different, right? So from some research that I did, I was able to realize that, okay, so self-esteem is majorly about how you feel about yourself, what you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, while self-worth is the value that you place on yourself. What is that value that you place for yourself? Do you value yourself? Do you think you're worth something, right? So more like a price. When they will say you go to the supermarket, you want to purchase something, and say, oh, what's the value? The value of those things most times is in monetary terms. For certain persons in their places of work, is about the value that they bring, right? So what is your self-worth? That is what it's about. What value do you place on yourself? Now, for self-worth and self-esteem, right, both are actually very important, because they have an impact in a person's life, right? They can either affect a person's life positively, or they can affect a person's life negatively, depending on the situation that the person is in, right? And it's also important to note that there are certain factors that affect this. For self-esteem, for example, external factors, right? So for example, someone looks at you and like, oh my god, I love your hair, you look so good, and in your mind you're like, oh, I'm feeling cool, I'm fine, no, and you're feeling fly. While for self-worth, it's more of what is on your inside, because it's based off of your personal values, your personal beliefs of love, of respect. You're able to set boundaries. You don't find yourself in toxic relationships, or relationships where you're being taken advantage of, right? So you are able to guard yourself. But with self-esteem, is more about the kind of things that people say about you, the kind of feedback maybe you get from your bosses or your friends or your family, in that sense, right? So there are definitely multiple factors that impact on them. I remember, funnily, I've also had certain experiences in my life that I would say really shook me and almost affected my self-esteem and my self-worth. So growing up, right, guys, I'm not essentially a very tall person. So growing up, I was very insecure, right? I was not secure in my body. First of all, I figured I was too short. I'm not tall. Why am I short? I felt like I had man legs. I'm telling you guys, this is me being vulnerable here. I thought I had man legs. I wasn't feminine looking enough. Then I was very shy. My goodness, I was extremely shy. And this is based off of feedback I've gotten from people, and the way people have commented on certain things, the way I look, the way I dress, the way I appear, and it really got to me. I was very shy. I remember when we were in church, I used to wear very big hats when I was younger, and that hat is not because of fashion. it was to cover my face so that people in church won't see me, especially when we attended Anglican church growing up. So especially when it's first Sunday of the month, oh my god, I need to go for Thanksgiving in front. Guys, when they come to my pew, I'm like, I want to enter the ground. I just set my heart in that way, and I just take a stroll. I walk as fast as possible, drop the offering in the offering basket, and I'm back to my seat. So I was very, very insecure about my looks. I wasn't, really feeling myself. And my parents kept encouraging me then. My dad would tell me, see, you are beautiful just the way you are. My mom would be like, "Listen, Koto, share jare." For those that don't understand, there's nothing wrong with you. She doesn't know why I'm always doubting myself and everything like that. And so over time, I started to build myself and like by positive affirmations really, and mostly the word of God, right? I started believing what was God telling me about the situation, how what is God, what does God see in me, and I tried to see myself through God's eyes, and those things started to help me. And of course, when I got into university, you guys, no, I'm not trying to like see anything, but more guys were asking me how to, and I'm like, okay, I'm actually not so bad. And I think I'm actually pretty and all that. So we've all struggled with it. I won't lie to you. My self-esteem was really low, but I was trying to work on my self-worth. Like, no, I have value. I am beautiful. Yeah, I am loved. And so many other things like that. And of course, another thing that also impacted on that was that I had a relationship then in my early stages of university. In fact, all through my university, I think, yeah, I had a relationship that was, I would say, somewhat toxic. My self-esteem and my self-worth was really, really low. It was toxic. This guy had never been to my school to see me. I would travel all the way, miles and miles, to go and see this person. This person wasn't as caring as much, and that was because of certain disagreements we had in the relationship. We wanted different things, right? And instead of me to just let go, just because of this love that I had for this person, this feeling that I had, I just wanted to hold on. And this person shattered me with words, and it was really painful. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? So, but we've all had those experiences, and it took me a while to actually snap out of it. It broke my spirit a lot. Um, but I had to just pick myself back up and like, see, you can do it. All through the university time, I focused on my studies. I read my book. I went to church, and guys, I would tell you that the experience was actually fantastic because I came out in university with a fantastic grade, and God has indeed been faithful to me. So we've all gone through it, right? So for me, I would say that we need to make sure that we are not defined by the things that are being said about us. We need to try the best we can to shape our minds and realign our minds to maintain positivity, because the truth is, see, our words are very powerful. The things that we say to people has a huge impact on people's lives. You might not know it. You might just have said, like, "Oh, see how his head is looking, see how this person is walking, or why is this person like this." Whereas sometimes some of these things are not necessarily things that they can control. Let me share another experience with you guys. There was a place where I worked for a little bit, where I must tell you guys, it's not about what you know, it's not about what you do, it's not about how professional you are, it's not even about your KPI, guys. It's about your physical looks, your attributes. And this is me coming from a background where this is me coming from a background where I had issues already. I was already insecure about my looks. And imagine going for a job interview and you meet the panel, they ask you all the questions there are to ask you. You answer their questions correctly. And they tell you they're impressed. In fact, that you're one of the smartest people that they've met. However, you don't look like what they are looking for. And then you are told to go back, go and realign yourself and come back for the interview again and remind them that we've had the conversation before. I mean, when this lady told me this, I was in shock. I'm like, what? She's like, yes. She said you are short. Why are you wearing flats? Why are you wearing small earrings? Why is your makeup like this? And she told me to go and come back for the interview and remind her that we've had this conversation again. So I'm like, okay. But I answered all your questions correctly. I spoke well. I was able to emote and, effectively share my thoughts and my ideas, and but this person was like, yes, you were fantastic, but guys, I will not lie to you, that one off me, because it really off me, because I was like, okay, so where then is the place of merit, where there is the place of, oh, I know this thing, I can do this thing, And that one really shook me, guys. And eventually I had to do that, and it came, and that was how they gave me that job. And on the job, in fact, it was worse, because I realized that no matter how hard you work, those opportunities that you are looking up to make extra money or to get promoted and all those things, was never going to come to you because you looked a certain way. And this is not something that you can necessarily control. That it shattered me, guys. No, 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 no. That thing hit me hard. There was a time there was a job that we wanted to do, and my manager called me and said that I should stop applying for these things, that they're never gonna pick me. That she knows that I can do it. She knows that I'm very efficient, and she knows that I'm a valuable asset to their team. However, they can never pick me. Why? Because I'm short, or because I'm not flashy. I mean, guys, like I said, we've all had those experiences, but thank God I had a good support system. Thank God I had a strong will as well, I would say. Now, when you say you have a strong will, it doesn't mean that things won't get to you or that things would affect you, but it's the ability to be able to pick yourself back up and say, you know what, yes, this has happened, this has happened. However, this is who I am. I am worthy, I am valuable. I am, I'm able to, just say things that can edify your spirit and your soul, guys. Because truth is, there are things out there that are that are designed to make us feel a certain type of way, right? So we need to be able to reaffirm our faith, ourselves, look at ourselves through the lens of God. What is God saying? What is God saying about this situation? Also, we need to nurture the relationships around us. If you have people around you that you know that they are your ride or die. There are some people you just have them in your life. They're ride or die. Sometimes these are not even people that you talk to every day, if you get what I mean. They're not even necessarily people that you talk to every day. They might be friends that you've had for years, but you know that when push comes to shove, these people are going to show up for you. Same way you're going to show up for them. Those type of people, please nurture those relationships. Don't take them for granted. Don't ignore them. Nurture those relationships, and make sure that you set boundaries for yourself. Set boundaries for yourselves. And when things are beginning to go negative, or they're beginning to go in a way that can affect your mind, I would definitely advise anybody that stay away from those negative environments, those negative situations, those things that that can cause your mind to start going in those directions that you don't necessarily, that can affect your self-worth and your self-esteem. Please just stay away from them. Some of you might need to cut off some friends, some of you might need to stay away from certain places, but if that is what it takes, then please by all means do them, right? So that you can be better for it. Because for me, I'm telling you, there's this song that we used to hear, bad energy, stay far away. Make it stay far away. Stay away. Flee any appearance of bad energy, right? And just set your mind right. Focus on the right things. I won't lie, things are going to happen in life. People are going to say certain things. People are going to comment about certain things. But you just believe in your heart that this is who I am, this is what I'm worth, this value that I'm making. And you too, always make sure that you are striving for improvement. Always try to improve yourself. Make sure that you're always bringing something to the table. Make sure that you are not, because you cannot just be sitting down like, I'm beautiful, I'm valuable, I'm brilliant, I'm intelligent, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not developing yourself. You're not trying to learn, you're not trying to study, you're not even open to feedback and all those things. Because you need to make sure that you are, as you are saying it, as you're affirming it with your words, you are also taking actions, right? So that they can become a manifestation or a reality in your life. So yeah, so guys, I just wanted to share this because it's something that is very dear to my heart. I've suffered it, and I would say that everybody has these experiences that there's this certain experience that shapes your life, right? Just make sure that you hold on to the positive. That is what is going to send you out. Because the truth is, see, if mental health is not intact, if your self-worth or your it can affect a lot of things. Relationships will be affected, both with your partner, your family, as a parent, kids, right? They will be affected. The quality of your life will be affected. How you're able to perform at your place of work will be affected, and you really don't want that, because you want to have a good value for your life, right? So for me, I would say just make sure that you work towards improving your self-worth. If you need to talk to somebody, please talk to somebody. If you need to talk to a therapist, if you need to talk to your pastor or your partner, whatever it is, have those conversations, right? And get yourself to that point where in your mind you're okay, you believe in the truth is, see, it's not even everything that people say that you're supposed to listen to. It's not everything that they say that you're supposed to listen to. It took me a while, it took me years. I'm not saying this is going to happen in one day for people that are maybe having low self-esteem or self-worth, or you're just, you hear instances of people that they're in relationships and their partner hits them, but they remain in that relationship. They don't value themselves. That's what it is. Their self-worth is very, very low. Very low. So, and it comes with self-realization. You need to realize it that this thing that is happening, why is this guy treating me this way? Why is the lady treating me this way? Is this, is this something that I need to know? Is this something that I need to do? Why am I allowing myself to be walked all over? Why am I allowing myself to be spoken to in this manner? So you need to realize that and take action immediately. Take action immediately. It will definitely, really, really help us. And then, there are people that have too much self-esteem. I don't know if you people have too much self-worth, too much self-esteem. Maybe they are like pampered children that grew up with all the love and adoration, and they are fortunate to be like half-caste children. I'm sorry, for some reason I feel like half-caste people are beautiful. Am I the only one that thinks that? But I really think that they're actually very pretty. So anyways, imagine somebody who is an outcast, baby with all this, because their hair is just, oh my god, I'm digressing. So sorry, guys, but their hair is always very beautiful. It intrigues me. So imagine that you grew up in a home where there's a lot of love, you have everything that you need, your self-esteem, your self-worth is high up there, like it's really high. If it's too much, arrogance will set in, pride will set in, and begin to think that you're better than everybody else. Those kind of people, run away from them, or if you have them around you, because they know how to make other people feel less of themselves, right? So these are just a few things that I just wanted to talk about and share. Just believe in yourself. Don't allow anybody to pull you down with their words or with their actions or whatever the case may be. You are worth it. You are valuable. You are somebody who is important. You are important. You are important. So before I go, right, another thing I want to quickly touch on is, first of all, it's very important for us to acknowledge our wins, right? Recognize the areas where we have failed, take learnings from them, right, and move on. Very important. Please do not dwell on your feelings. Everybody falls down, but we all try to rise up again. Everybody has feelings. There is no successful person on earth that has not gone through something where they fell. You know what I mean, right? And they remained there. They had to pick themselves back up. So it's important for your wins. Celebrate your wins. Yeah, I did this. For the areas where you didn't quite do well, it's fine. Take your learnings from them and move on. Then one final thing. Please do not compare yourself with another person. Do not compare yourself with another person. Please, it is very important. Please do not compare yourself with another person. I'm saying this because, generally that's where, it starts affecting our self-esteem. And then we're looking at it and I'm like, didn't we finish from the same university together? This person's already has a private jet. Watch out. Be careful. Do not compare yourself. Value the things that you have and keep on striving. Keep your hustle going. Don't be discouraged. Don't allow somebody to come and just, water down whatever achievements that you have. Don't compare. So you don't know what those people are going through. Everybody has challenges that they are going through. So you cannot compare yourself to somebody else and say, now wow, this person is already married and me, I'm not married. You don't know what has happened. You don't know what is going on, right? So when people are praying sometimes and people are saying, I want this kind of person's life, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, right? So very, very important, guys. I'm sure we've picked one or two things from today's video, and I'm sure we've learned one or two things. Please drop in the comment section whatever experiences you might have also had, anything that you feel you've also experienced that has affected your self-esteem and your self-worth, and how you were able to pick yourself back up, right? Because it's very important that we learn, we discuss, we encourage ourselves and keep each other up. We need to lift each other up. We must not tear each other down. Thank you so much, guys, for watching today. Thank you for joining me on this conversation. Thank you for listening to me. Please remember to subscribe, to like, to share, and let's just keep the channel growing and the channel blooming. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.